Have you ever started a new job and literally on your first day you are thrown directly into shark infested waters and tasked with making edits on a live project for one of the company's biggest paying customers? No onboarding, no warm up, no training wheels, just here's the login, here's the client, don't mess it up. Sitting there sweating, triple checking every move, like I'm defusing a bomb, while everyone else is acting like it's just another Tuesday. Meanwhile, don't even know where the bathroom is, don't even have time to have my own lunch or get a drink, anything. Time to even think. But sure, let's just rewrite production code with an entire company's reputation hanging on it. This has basically been my start to this new job. I think today is now 2 weeks that I've been doing this job. And literally, I think I said in my other 2 videos relating to this, on my very first day, I basically got chucked something. In all honesty, it was kind of quite a smallish task, but on my very first day, not really knowing anything about the customer, the client, anything about the brand guidelines or anything. Literally just thrown straight into doing a task for a live project. So that was literally day one. So then my manager, no one's really explained to me, as I say, no onboarding. I don't really know who is who. I've only really been introduced to 4 people. One of them is the first person who interviewed me, who has now seemingly completely disappeared. I've no idea where he is, what he's even doing. But I've sent him emails and I never get any reply from him now. Then there's the guy who's actually my boss, who I'll come on to in a second. Then there's the person who I believe is the account manager, who again I'll come on to in a second. Then there's someone who is basically one of my work colleagues, who's the person who is in the know. So he's a really nice guy. His name's Salim. He was originally from Tunisia, but he's lived here in Rome, and basically he travels around. He knows numerous different languages. He's a cool guy. He's basically my work colleague, and the person that was assigned on my day 2 to kind of show me just a simple task by my boss of what I should or could be doing, the sort of stuff that they need me to be helping them with. Cool, that's all cool. Next one, the person who threw me under the bus on day 1, Enrica, the account manager, who basically just gave me a task, a smallish task, but for a live client. I didn't know anything, nothing, wasn't really given much detail. But she's just one of these typical account managers that want everything done by yesterday, and they don't care how it's done, they just want it done, basically. Then there's my manager. So my manager, also a quite cool guy, South African guy called Dante. But he literally, maybe last Wednesday, so a week into me working for the company, has been off sick ever since. So this leads me on to Friday last week. Again, the same account manager throws me another task, basically a huge task, which, talking to Salim, He basically says, these should not have been given this. This is just crazy madness. I've no idea why. I mean, the only thing we can think of is maybe there was a lot of people off on holiday, and she got it quite late on a Thursday and gave it to me on Friday and expected it all to be done on Friday. And even Salim said to me, basically said, there's no way that anyone could do that. He had to create 44 bits of content all within one day, all with no training, no idea what I'm actually meant to be doing. And subsequently, basically, it had to get moved. I did half of it. I did about 22 of these things with a lot of stress. Actually, no, I don't think I even did that. I think I did 11 on the Friday, and it got pushed, basically changed for it to be Monday that it had to be done. Now, she's now gone off on holiday until Thursday, and it was basically left to some other person to deal with. And I was upfront to these people for the very first moment. I said, I really no idea what I'm actually meant to be doing here. No one's really explained to me. I've been given a brief, but in all honesty, the brief could even have just been written on a back of a fag packet, or a scrap of paper. And, I was basically just flying blind, as they say. So yeah, I didn't really know what I was doing. So I stressed myself out basically the whole of Friday trying to get this thing done. I then basically worked in my own time over this weekend on Saturday and Sunday, because I didn't want to, first thing on Monday morning, be caught with my pants down again and struggling to understand what it is I was meant to be doing. So I spent Saturday and Sunday basically doing it. Sunday of which was my daughter's 7th birthday party. So I already had a lot of stress having to deal with a children's party. But then I had to also add the additional stress of having to sort this damn task out, this damn job over my weekend and my personal time. So yeah, I had that. So I managed to get, let's say, 33 bits of that 44 bits of content. I managed to get all of that mostly done over the weekend. And then I planned on Monday morning. Part of this thing also, she gave me 4 different images, basically. Break it down quickly. 4 different images. So there was 11 bits of content, or 11 formats, 11 different sizes. They're banners for web banners. 11 bits of content for 1 image, 2 images, 3 images, and 4. So I got these 33 done, but this 4th image was not in what she sent me on the Friday. So she's now off on holiday. I had no idea who I meant to ask for this image. I then had to stress myself out, basically trying to find out, making myself look like a complete idiot to all of my new work colleagues. And basically, in the end, managed to find a couple of people able to help, and Salim tried to help as much as possible as well. Eventually managed to find this image. Anyway, cutting the long story short, it was basically 44 bits of content was needed at the end of play on Friday. It got moved to Monday. I still wasn't able to do it on Monday, and then today basically everything's hitting the fan, and I got taken off of that task. Salim's had to take over with some other guy, and now they're having to go through a whole load of stress trying to solve this riddle that I basically got myself into over the last 3-4 days. And it's basically got to the point that I think all of the stuff that I've done, all of that 33 bits of content that I've done, I think has now just completely been scrapped. And Salim and some other guy have started it all from scratch and just doing it all again. So I've literally spent 3-4 days of my life just living extreme stress. For what reason? So that's basically where I'm up to. I mean, I've said, I can't even remember if I said it in my first video about this issue, but I didn't really want to have to be working again. I was basically, my whole mindset had changed of basically stopping searching for jobs and not hearing back from anyone, or doing interviews and not hearing back from anyone. My whole mindset had changed to basically, right, I was going to try to do YouTube, trying to do my YouTube channel with my daughter of teaching English to Italian kids. And that was my whole focus. My girlfriend only thinks about money. Only That's her only concern in life. I mean, I can kind of understand in a way, because I have a daughter over here that I haven't been able to pay anything towards. I wasn't even able to buy her a birthday present this weekend, basically. And I've got a 16-year-old daughter over in England that whatever money I've still got left in my bank account, I have to pay £160 a month to her mother, for her well-being. And yeah, so I understand why my girlfriend wants me to have a job, because she's basically had to be paying for the last 2.5 years, which doesn't make me feel happy as a father, as a man, 47-year-old man, with no money basically left to my life. But at the same time, as I point out to her, I say, there's numerous men out there in the world that are the only ones that go out and work, while their wife, girlfriend, whatever, stays at home and doesn't work. And they literally spend, all of their money, their hard-earned money, they give to their wife to, I don't know, pay bills and such like. So why should it be any different? If she's the only one working, why can she not be helping to fund, which she has? But I mean, she makes such a drama out of it that it's such a bad thing. But I say to her, look, you are basically the breadwinner at the moment. There's so many different men out there that are the breadwinner, and women don't go to work. So yeah, it's just literally, I think I'm going to do a video. Do you ever wish that you could just start your life again? Yeah. Anyway, that's my rant over for today. Laters. Bye.